Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone can hear me. We're here in the Railway Museum back in Wagon 84, looking at the Pedigree layout here. This is the bit I've built. We're just going to do some scenic work here, static grass, put some trees in, put some grass tufts, that sort of thing. So who we got in the chat tonight? Irish Train Guy, good evening. Brian at Fintern Central Model Railway. Colburn Junction. Andy Hot Dog Pilot. Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider. Tom Houston, Model Rail. Anyone else? Oh, Ewan the Growler. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Oh, of course, Flymo's here. How are you doing, Flymo? Martin O'Keefe. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? I think I've got everyone, I hope. Nigel Weir. How do you do? Good to see you. Who else is popping in? Clive, Newland Railway. How are you doing? Is there anyone else popping? President XD Locomotive Shed. Good evening. Jerry BVR. You're all popping in now. Chats. Oh. My phone decides to play an ad on my stream. Very good. There we go. All right. You can see the StreamYard ducks appeared on the right-hand corner. I got fed up of paying for it because I was streaming on Facebook, and that time most of my views are coming on YouTube. So I thought, right, stop paying for it. Just pay for it. Just use it on YouTube. So I hope everyone's well. Oh, there's Hi from H&H Express Model N Skill Trains. And Digger Evans. How you doing, Digger? So anybody walking past the museum now be wondering who's that mad person talking to themselves in the wagon. Right, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to mask up this track. I got some masking tape here somewhere. We'll mask that off so we don't get any glue or scatter or static grass or anything on it. So I've pinned a link to the top there. If anybody wants to come onto the stream. I've never actually had anyone on the stream before, so we'll see how it works. So don't be shy. Come on and say hello. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Digger. Keeping busy, keeping out of mischief. It's a lovely sort of early summer's evening here. It's bright, a few clouds in the sky, but mostly blue sky. It's warm. It's about, well, it must be about 15 degrees, so it's just nice. So we're also going to be, this is, as you can see, there's a church plonked in the middle there. We're going to make a bit of a churchyard as well. I've got some gravestones and bits and pieces in with me, so we'll do that. 21 with you, Brian. Ooh. I probably could cope with 21. Anything hotter than that? No. Last weekend we were at the beach. So I had a busy weekend. The little man made his first Holy Communion. And we went out. All he wanted to do for the day was go to the beach and play with his football. So that's what we done. Right, that's that fairly covered for the area I'm going to work on. Let's put a bit in the tunnel. And there's a couple of little gaps in the baseboard here, so I'm just going to put a bit of tape over the gaps. Just to stop stuff falling down through. Right, I think that's that done. So we'll move the church out of the way. And then we'll have a look at my box. I got a light on a sensor behind me, so that keeps flickering on and off if you wonder what the light is. I got 2 cameras up. My phone working here. Don't know how long it's going to last. It's using 4G because I can't pick up the Wi-Fi out here. I've ran a cable for the laptop, which is running off the webcam up there. Oh, hi Tom Quibbles, how you doing? So I hope everyone is well and keeping out of mischief. Enjoying the weather if you have decent weather. So I have 2 applicators, which are basically WWS. This is the Pico version, but made by WWS. One big, one small. I find the bigger hopper is better with the longer grass. It just works better. Daz, good evening. How are you doing? Oh, Alan White's popped in as well. Hi, Alan. Peter Jackson, Cheetah Heath. Hi, everyone. So I got a selection of grasses here. Let's see if I got any 2 mil to start off with. I might have to go straight to the 4 mil. And this is where I find I've forgotten something. And that'd be something that would be vitally important. Oh, Kieran's in the house. Hi, Kieran. How you doing? No, I don't have any 2 mil. It's all 4 mil. I think I do have some over here. Some that I spilled earlier. I'm not sure what this actually is. But I'm just going to put it in the hopper. And we'll start off with that and see how it looks. So we got a mystery grass. We have power. So right, now I've got all this stuff out. Let's move some of it out of the way. So again, if you got any questions, pop them in the chat. If I don't answer them, I'm sure somebody in the chat will. Don't forget to hit the like button. And we'll get cracking here shortly. All right, so I'm using the solid grass spray. I find this is the best stuff. So I'll shake it up for a minute. There's the old rattle can. Let me know if the picture's okay, if you want me to move any of the cameras around, or I'll move them around as best as I can. As we get into the summer season, I expect there'll be less and less people watching as everyone's out enjoying the evening sunshine. So I was thinking actually I might take a few weeks off in June and not do the stream. So if anybody else wants to step in and take over the stream while I have a couple of weeks off. Right, so this bit here, I've already got some static grass down. Can't even remember what I put down here. This was back in, I think, October, November when I was last in here. And it just got too cold to do anything. So I thought, right, that's it. We'll wait till it gets warmer. Plus the fact I was moving house and everything as well, so. All right, so let's just spray a little bit over here. Just to see what this grass looks like. So it's in the hopper. Shake it around in the hopper a little bit. And then we'll shake it out. Oh yeah, that's quite green. It's also hard to tell in here under all this artificial light. So I think I'll use that in patches. cupboard's empty. Of course, I forgot to bring a vacuum with me as well this evening. Yes, remember to switch it off before you take the top off and stick your fingers in. Hi, Carl. Good evening. Well, helps if it's switched on. Just like to run it over sometimes, just helps everything stand up. I remember when you're doing static grass, do a little test patch first just to see how it's working, because it's there's all the arguments. Oh, you need the peg plugged in, you need it in the liquid, you need to hold it beside, and really it depends on so many variables, like the atmospheric conditions is the main thing as to how well your static grass works. Right, so let's get some different stuff now. So I've got some spring 4 mil. I'm going to do the rest here now with that spring 4 mil. And we'll see how that looks. So I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Motherwell Shed Dino, how are you doing? And hi to anyone who's come in and I've missed. Right, so let's do this area here. It's always best to work in little patches at a time, just so you know where you've been. That's not looking too bad. And also, if you're using this spray on stuff, well ventilate the area you're working in because it is quite pungent. So should be a pinned comment at the top if anybody wants to join. So I'm not sure if it's going to work okay because I've never done it before, but we can give it a go. I think Brian said he might pop in later. I think he's having his tea first. Let's put some more in the hopper. Right, this stuff has bubbled a bit. I do have my deboiler here, but I haven't got anything to. Usually have a piece of kitchen towel or something to shake it onto so I can pour it in, but I didn't bring anything, so that's something to go into the mental list to bring in next time. Let's do this. So I want this to look a bit more wild, so I'll put down this 4 mil, and then I'll put some longer grass on top of it, because obviously this is more of a meadow field area. Yeah, she looks quite good. Sometimes I surprise myself. Oh, it's Kyan watching as well. Hi, Kyan. Hope you're well. Hope Grandad or Opa, is it Grandad Opa or Anthony Opa? Right. Oh, I'm just moving this around. You can see there the other side where I was working on. The station at the moment is buried under all my bits and pieces. So I'm just going to move this up onto here a moment. It'll fit. Oh, look at that. You're looking through the tree line. Maybe that won't do. I'll put it back down on there. It's fresh static grass, but right, how's that? Hi, Leslie. Can't remember whether I said hello to you yet or not, but hi. Hope you're keeping well. I think I did. So, like small sections at a time, just so you know where you're working. So far, this is looking like a bit of a football pitch or bowling green. My Donegal daughter is at the gym tonight, so she is supposed to be meeting me here and bringing me something to drink, because that's the other thing I forgot to bring with me, something to drink. A bit of a shake up. If you see me shaking this without the light on it, do let me know, because it won't be the first time I've done that. A bit doesn't seem to be standing up very well. See, it's funny that this section over here looks quite good. This section over here, not so much. Yet it's the same piece of wood, same treatment. Oh, right hand camera's gone off. Right. I thought it might. The battery's probably gone flat on it because it doesn't have much charge in it. No, it's fine. It did start doing this last week, where for whatever reason it was just switch off. So if it keeps doing that, we'll just go down to the one camera. So I was saying, like, this piece of wood here is the one piece of wood painted and treated the same scatter on it, but the static grasses work better on this section than that section. Who knows why? So I'm going to put a little bit more in the hopper and just go over it again. I don't know if you've seen that post I put up last night, where I was just up in my loft having a little play last night. Put my tornado on, made a funny noise, little puff of smoke. And that was the end of that. So I took it off, had a look, and the decoder just went pop. Don't know why. But it was one of those cheapo decoders, if you like. Not got anything against cheapo decoders. They seem to work fine. I've had a couple of Hornby ones blow on me, so I think this is one of the first cheapo ones I had blow on me. That, you know, just by itself, not because I was an idiot and done something wrong. Right, let's get some. So that was Jerry. You're right about the damp climate. It depends on the weather. It really does. And what glue you use and everything, just, everyone goes, oh, use this. That's because that works for them at that particular time. That's why I do a little test patch, see, oh, is that working? Or do I need to put the crocodile clip into the glue? Does holding it beside it working okay? The spray, is that working? Do I need just to use diluted PVA, which works sometimes? It's just, sometimes it can just be like a little bit of witchcraft, to be honest. Right, so that was 4mm spring I put down. So if you like, that's like the undergrowth, the lush sort of green short grass. So now we'll get a... Hi Valerie, how you doing? Valerie, are you going to be at the show in Bangor on the 27th? Because I will be. Not showing, but just visiting. Right, so what shall we put on next? What have I got in 6mm? I think it has to be 6mm Wild Meadow. Now, I'm not going to put this down everywhere on top. I'm going to do it in patches, and then I'll see if I got a different color in 6mm and do that in the other patches, just so it gives it some variation. And then we'll have a look at where we're going to position the church and put some trees in, all that sort of good stuff. Give that a shake up, switch it on. Try not to electrocute myself. Yeah, I'm putting down different colors now, Peter. So this, what I put down here is 4mm spring. Over here, which I've done previously, there is different colors there. Can't remember what it is, but it's different. So now I've done sort of the one color underneath. This is where I go over with something a bit longer now, different colors in patches to give it a little bit of variation. Yeah, 2 different greens on the camera. Just I'm just looking at that. Yeah, it is. It is WWS grass, yeah. To be honest, I have used different makes of grass, and I find theirs to be the best and the easiest to work with and the best colors and more realistic. The woodland scenic stuff seems to be a lot thicker and more garishly colored, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look as natural. Right, so we'll put a little bit here. Yeah. Also, when you're doing this sort of thing, make sure your track power is off. Now you can see when you're doing the layers of the static grass, when you have the base layer 2 mil, 4 mil, build it up, you do see it stand up better on top of the other grass that maybe is not stood up as well. So as you build it up, it does look a lot better. See, now this area here, for whatever reason, is not looking as good as the other areas. Right, so I'm going to swap that grass out now. So this is where having some of these plastic tubs are handy. You know, the old Chinese containers for dumping stuff in. Let's see what else I've got. So I've got 6 mil. Now this is a 6 mil summer. So it's a bit of a lighter green to the spring green. So we'll put some of that down and see what it looks like. Oh, Dave, Swindon Junction, good evening. Where did I just put the lid? Here. The stuff I am spraying is the WWS static grass layering spray. It's the stuff I find best for doing static grass. It just works really well. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just a spray glue, but what exactly it is, I don't know. I know I've tried other spray glues, and none of them work as well as this. So let's try this. So do it in this area here. I say this spray stuff, Valerie, you have to use it in a good ventilated area because it is quite pongy. It might be floating out of here later on. Yeah, there's a little bit of color difference in that. Try it over here. Again, with the different lights I have in here, it's hard to tell. Yeah, you can see that there where it's given a different shade to it. Yeah, that's it. I was doing grass. Very good, Alan. Hey, Tim's Hobby Desk. How you doing, Tim? Good to see you. Got that shed in your garden built yet? Because it's all well good knowing what this grass is, as long as I've put the right lid on the right tub and marked it up right. Just looking now to see if I got some other. Well, I got some 4 mil patchy. Wild meadow. I seem to have a lot of wild meadow 6 mil. So I got some 4 mil patchy. I'm going to put a little bit of that down in spots. Oh, you've moved 2 walls. Oh, you're getting there. Right, so let's put a little bit of patchy here. See, it's all about just different lengths, different colors. Just to give variation, because you know yourself, when you look at a field or even your own lawn, it's not all the same color, unless you're one of those perfectionists with your lawn. Got it nicely striped, which I'm lucky if I cut my lawn. We got this thing over here called No Mow May. I don't know if they have it in the UK as well. Perfect excuse not to cut your grass. But then it just leaves it after, when you get into June, it's that little bit longer to cut. Oh, here's Donegal daughter with my Dr. Pepper. Coming in to say hello? Just in time. Hi Dean, how you doing? Cameras have gone blurred, have they? I know this one here keeps dropping in and out. I can't do anything about that at the moment because that's just purely working off the 4G. So you've an enforced no meme, hey. Where's she gone? Nope, she's disappeared somewhere. Oh, it'd be good to get some videos out, Tim. Good to catch up on those. Internet Jobber, yes, I will be down at the Bangor show next week. My daughter is flying out on the Saturday, so I have an excuse to go to Belfast. I have to drop her off at the airport. While I'm up there, might as well head on to Bangor. So I'll be there. Hopefully, if I'm allowed, I will do some filming and everything, can go around and chat to people, and anybody who wants to do a little interview can grab me and do it, you know. Same sort of thing I done on the other Bangor show. Don't know, anybody seen it? I won't have a video out tomorrow because I was in here installing the little shuttle on here for the points, and I couldn't get it working because I didn't realize, but the point that's in here is an electrofrog point, which actually makes it a bit more complicated. But in the end, it's not that complicated because I was here thinking, you know, when you're here and you're scratching your head thinking, how will I work this? How will I rewire this to work? And it wasn't. I gave up then. And I drove home, and as I was driving home, it was like, ding, of course. I just have to put extra feeds in. It's simple as that. Well, grab me when we're there. Will you see me going around? Because I'll have Donegal daughter with me as well, hopefully. So we'll do this, you know, do a chat and an interview if you want. Any good videos to watch on garden railways? Are you talking like any scale or G scale, 000? No, I have no good videos to watch. That's not true, Anthony. Anyone who hasn't checked Anthony out, go and check him out. Join his live stream on a Thursday. It's always a good laugh. And his comedy series. Right. I think that's enough static grass for the moment. Let me just lift this camera down because I think this gives a better picture. And I'll just show you from this sort of angle. So, actually, no, it's the other one that gives a better picture, isn't it? Because that one doesn't show up the different colors. It's also the lighting in here. Trust me. Oh. Right, let's see. So you can see, like, well, it's not actually picking it up that well. There's the darker colours in amongst the green here, darker again. Yeah, you can sort of see it there. If I get out of the shadow, you can see where the different colours are. Camera doesn't really pick it up that well. So let's put the church back in. I think I'm putting the church just about there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, while I'm making a mess, just drill a hole. So if I want to put a light in the church, so I'm going to put that in. Oh, that feels like it hit a cross member, which I didn't check. Typical. All right, let's try that. There we go. That should have come through. Yep. Right. Sorry, just trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. It's whizzing up on the screen there. Right, so that's the church in. Now I've got some trees. So these are seafoam trees. Those like the ones with red for churchyards for yew trees, which is sort of a traditional tree found in a churchyard. Oh, this one's got cobwebs on it. So we'll put a few of them in around the place. This is all sort of the stuff that was off my old layout. So I can go in here and I can make some new ones for my new layout. What I might do is put that over in the corner. It doesn't look quite right, but okay, let me turn this camera around so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't actually have a lawnmower at the moment. It's something that we have to get. Because the house we were renting came with a lawnmower, so we obviously had to leave that with the house. So I'm just drilling a hole. That's the other thing I didn't bring with me, was a vacuum. I'll just pop them as the sort of best side facing out. Standing up too straight. I'm just going to place these now. I'm not going to glue them in place because I want to come back with a vacuum and just vacuum up the little bits of sawdust that's coming up. So I'm just going to put them in sort of an area for now. So I can come back and vacuum up. These have got a bit, oh, that's that broke. Right, in the other box, of course, the other thing you do is when you put these boxes down, you flatten your static grass you've just put on. So I've got a couple of walls here, so I need to get some more of these. I'm just going to put these sort of in. Place for now. Yeah, I do have some more walls somewhere, so I'll dig them out and bring them in. I do have a church gate somewhere as well. Now, put a few gravestones around. So it was nice and cheery. So, you remember when a church is built, it's facing east-west, and the grave should be facing east-west as well. I think that's right. Yeah. So you face, graves face east, so you see the rising sun. Is that right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And the altar of the church is at the east end of the church, isn't it? Yeah. Like modern graveyards, it doesn't matter, but older churches, they would have been built in the east-west orientation with the grave at the altar at the east end and the graves facing east. I think that's right. So that would be east, which means they would be facing away from the people. I'm going to put a few in just for... Yeah, pointing to Jerusalem, which would be east. Yeah, that's the way that, because whenever you watch anything in archaeology, all the graves are facing east-west. And you would know if it wasn't a Christian burial, if they weren't facing that, or it could be somebody who's done something wrong. It was a slight on them to bury them in the wrong direction. I think that's right. So I'm just putting them in loosely for now, see how it all looks, and then I can glue them in place at a later date. Well, the altar should be at this end. If this is the main entrance, you usually enter at sort of the rear of the church. So the altar should be up that end. Most churches. So you walk in at the back, walk up the aisle, and the altar's at that end, which would be the east end. So the graves would be facing that way, east, towards the rising sun or Jerusalem. Yeah, so older, like this would be an older church, so it would be older graves. If you go to newer modern graveyards, they're not all facing the same way. There's a nice cheery subject for a Thursday evening live stream, huh? Discussing which way graves face. The bit where the vicar stands. The pulpit, the fire and brimstone. Right, did I not bring my... All right, I got some little bushes here as well. I'm just going to get these out. These it all just got thrown in this. Oh, there's some thrown in this box when I was taking my layout apart. So we got some bits and pieces in here. So maybe a little bush in the corner like that. A bit of colour on some of the graves. It looks like. Yeah, we need to put stuff out. Put a couple of trees up this bit as well. Yeah, what else we got in here? Oh, we got all this all this clump stuff to give different bushes effects and what have you. We got some brambles. Just pouring all this stuff out of the box and we'll scatter around and see where it goes. Hi Charlie, how's it going? Vampires are buried face down so they never take themselves out. Right, where are we going to put these trees now? Where's me drill? You know, I always try and put the trees in a random space. When I try and do that, then I stand back and look at it and go, they're all evenly spaced. They all look like they're in one. Oh, the smell of that glue is still hanging around here. Maybe one over here. Right, I need to find a tall one to put by the... Is that they're off with the compass? It climbs off of the compass. The priest in the pew has a brew as it's true. Chase from the palace. Oh dear, what have I started? Right, let's see if I got a big tree to put. Right, just going to move the camera a little bit here so I can put a tree. Because for some reason, when I was building this, I left a big gap beside the tunnel mouth for some reason. So I'm putting a tree there to cover it. Oh, there, it's broken. Right, that's just going to have to sit there with a little bit of glue. Well, what's the temperature with you, Charlie? Here it's about 15 degrees. It's just nice and comfortable working here. The glue's drying. It's not staying wet. Cup of tea and a chunky Kit Kat. Oh, all right. So did everyone get my bank details and PIN number there? Hope I'm back. At what part did the mic stop working? I wish I'd give out an audible beep or something when they're just about to die. I think what I was saying there is I put some around now. Sometimes when you're doing this sort of singing stuff, less is more. And you just put it in and then you just walk away from it, come back another day, look at it with a fresh pair of eyes and just go, yeah, I could do this, or I need to add that, or, you know. If anybody's got any questions on what I was showing. Okay, Anthony, take care. Lots of just showing. At least it wasn't one of that Tim's famous rant where he went off and his sound went off for about 10 minutes. Right, so I will move this camera. So I'll tell you what, I will put this on solo screen for a minute. Because it's easier to move this around. So, oh, God, that's down to 1%. The phone's about to die. Hang on a minute. I have a charger standing by. Here we go. So there we are. So there's the churchyard. So to get some more wall, continue that around, put a little gate on it. We've got a couple of plants in there, a couple of trees, some gravestones in. I've put a few trees in this area here and a few outside and around. So that's all I'm going to do for now, because I want to leave that, come back and have a look at it another day, just see what I think. And then I'll probably put a house or something here, or maybe over here. Let me just say, I got a couple of buildings here. So maybe for the steam air layout. I presume everyone can still hear me, can they? Okay, that's fine. I just thought the sound might have dropped off again. So I got this little farmhouse. So I think it's too big to sit in there. So maybe over here, I'll put some fencing around the track and make a little sort of farm scene here, because I've got a little red tractor and some sheep I can put in there. And make some more fencing to go around here just to fence it all off. And maybe have to do some sort of footpath or something out from here, but I don't know. What's everybody's thoughts? Any ideas? Anything I could do? So if I give you a bit of an overview. Oh, where did I put the... So. Brought in a buyer. Yeah, I could put a buyer there by the farmhouse and that. So I've got a little red tractor and some sheep and cows to put in. A wishing well scene. That's not a bad idea. Because what I am going to put on, probably around here somewhere, is I've got one of those dapple signals. And I'm going to put that in. That's purely because you can't see it here at the moment, but we've got signals underneath the layout. So it's to explain to people how the signals work. So there'll be a little switch there so they can change the signal up and down. It's not going to be a prototypical Irish signal. It's a dapple signal. It's, it's just to show people how they worked. So I'm just going to put a little bit of static grass on there. There we go. That's just breaks up the color. So you have all one color. It just it doesn't look right. Same when you're doing the trees. I try and do different colors on the trees, so different colored greens. Because if you're lucky enough to be able to look out your window and look at a tree, you can see how it's all different colors of green, depending which way the wind is blowing, the leaves around, that sort of thing. The leaves are different colors on either side, usually. Right, what else can I do? I think that looks quite good. When people come in, there it is there. You're sort of looking down at it from about this height. So when you have that, some fencing, train running around, and yeah, it should look good. Right, anybody got any questions or anything? Anybody want to come on to the live stream for a while and say hello? There was something else I wanted to do tonight, and I can't remember what it was. I'm back. I thought you were a centre forward, Brian. Oh, dear. Right, I'm just going to have a little bit of a tidy up now. Yeah, thanks, Flemo. He's put the link up there. So if anybody wants to join in, click the link. Be interesting to see if it works, to be honest, because I've never done it. I've got my mic plugged in via the USB. So the port's free, so I can have the speakers on. So it'd be interesting just to see if it works, and if there's any feedback or anything. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do in a short span of time, Jerry, because, I mean, yeah, it's just about an hour's work doing that. So I started at 7:30. Now, obviously, I had the trees already made and the gravestones already painted stuff. It would probably be a couple of hours work making the trees and doing the painting the gravestones and that sort of thing and making the tufts. But, yeah, when you're setting it all up, it's amazing what you can do in just an hour. I can hear people talking outside. I just wonder where it's coming from. So, yeah, I think it looks quite nice. I'm quite pleased with it. Let's say I'll go away, make some more fences. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We need to make about 6 or 7 lengths of fence to cover that. Then dress this area with a few bushes and animals, that sort of thing. See if I've got a few more bits of wall to put around. I'm sure I have a church gate somewhere. I'm sure I picked it up at some show. Put that in. Yeah. Oh, I got Charlie down in the basement. All right, Charlie, I'm just going to add you now. Hi, Charlie.
Good evening, everyone. I just heard your plea for an audience to test out your system. So how is it coming across?
Well, it's coming across fine with me. Is there any feedback or anything, guys? Is it coming through okay? Let's see what people say. How's things to you anyway, Charlie?
Pretty good. As I said, I was out for an hour's walk. Try to do that regularly. And as I said, I get a number of things I need to attend to around here. The tenement building, and of course, there's the church in the east-west direction. My brass cogs, I've got one of them partially on, whatever it is.
See you, Dino. Good night. Take care, mate.
And
I've got Hi as well coming on as well. I'll just bring him up out the basement.
So there.
Hi.
There's the cog that I've got on. It's not all the way on. It's not properly engaged with the plastic. And I get this in the right position.
Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I got you. Hi.
Yeah, there. Oh, yeah. It's not properly engaged. I have to drive it on a bit further. So that's another chore. And my gantry for the overhead stuff is under construction. And Jason was on last night and he was talking about isolating points. And, I sent him a question about this area, the layout here, where I've got a main line and then it's coming off into 2 loops here. And often what happens is that local will start to creep because it's obviously getting picked up here as the train passes. Anyway,
right.
So I need to go through the process of isolating some of these, and I'm not really sure if I need to do them all or just some of them.
It all depends how you're wiring up your layout, whether you put in isolating fish plates or not, and then because you running DC on that or DCC?
Yeah, it's DC.
Yeah, so you probably want to isolate it and then have a switch on it to control the power going into it, so your isolated sections.
Yeah, Clive sent a note to that effect.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. So, and also, I used to have a crossover here because I get 4 tracks coming out the station.
Yeah.
I had a crossover here that would allow the train to get into the 2 loops or sidings. But and I took that out because I had a fire in this area, if you recall. Got some kind of a short there. So I think I'll reinstall one here and then put another one there so that it can get in and out from the sidings, right? Limited space and just like to try and get continuous running. As you see, the station's pretty full right now.
It's looking good.
Yeah, working away at it. Anyway, I got one of these little pullers from Alibaba or some store like that. Thinking it might come in useful to take worm gears off, right?
Is that to take it off? I remember you were asking there, you heated it. Did that work to get it on?
Well, as I said, it's not on 100%, but I used the barbecue lighter to heat it up, and I was able to get it on, although it's not on all the way. And what I need to do is get something to press against that axle there, so
Right.
I
Okay.
don't break it,
Yeah.
and then drive it with a 3/16 nut or something. It doesn't have to go on very much. Just you can see there where it's not 100% engaged.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
was just thinking, I wonder when you're initially pressing it on, if you put the motor body like in the freezer to cool it down as much and then have the cog heated as much as you can, would that make it easier to go on?
well, it might. It's difficult to say how much shrinkage would occur
Yeah.
on that diameter of axle.
Like you only need a fraction of a millimeter just to make it.
I know. But I think the cog has a tapered hole as well.
Right.
But I'm nearly there. But you know what gets me is that Hornby produced all these locomotives, and you guys will probably have lots of them that have got the plastic or nylon wheel. And they've been in service for years, but they eventually wear out or crack.
Yeah.
Because the alloy just doesn't hold up to the wear. And then there's not really any alternative. If you put a plastic one on, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, like Jerry says there, put the cog in hot water and warm water, which is...
Well, I actually put it in the oven for 20 minutes, and I couldn't get it on. And the thing is, as soon as you remove it from the oven, the ambient temperature comes into effect, and you lose that concentrated heat because of the volume of the thing.
Yeah.
So you got to be pretty quick. But in this particular occasion, I placed the cog onto the axle and I applied the barbecue lighter directly to it, and then I pushed on it, and it went part of the way on, but I had no resistance from the other end of the axle, and that's what I need to take care of.
Right. Okay.
This time, right?
As I say, every day's a school day.
Yeah, I know. So last couple of things, I got the Class 37 working. I actually just replaced the motor. That was the best way to get that one moving, and yeah, everything else running pretty good.
Very good.
Still got this one here to get.
Brian's pearl of wisdom there is whack it with a hammer. So everyone take note. Don't let Brian fix your locos.
Yeah, I know. All right. Cheers. I hope that came across okay.
It did. Seems to be working fine. Thanks, Charlie.
Okay. Cheers, mate. We'll catch you later.
All right. Cheers.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Are you going to turn it off?
Yeah, I'm doing that now. There you go. Oh. bit rude. It says, "Do you want to kick Charlie from the stream?" You've been booted, Charlie. Hi, how you doing? Can you hear me? Oh, hang on. It's telling me that you don't have a mic connected. Hi. Houston, we have a problem. I can see your lips moving, high, but I can't hear you.
This work?
Oh, heard something then.
So, is this better?
Yeah, can hear you now.
We can't hear. Hi.
Someone take the mic, take the hammer off Brian.
So the sound is good now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Your sound is a little bit mangled at my side, but that's okay.
So where are you? You in your caravan still, or are you back home?
Okay. Yeah. Tom says I can hear hi. Okay. So well, yeah, I'm here in the caravan, so working on my setup to see if the live stream will work. So
Right.
let me see if I can change the camera. Let me. You should see
Oh yeah.
the table with the new layout.
Oh, so that's to your left, is it there?
So this is what I got on my last video, which I posted today.
All right. Okay. So everyone, check out High's channel if you're not already subscribed to him. I'm sure Flymo could stick a link up to it there, please, Flymo.
So I'm gonna work on the layout during my holiday.
Mm-hmm. So is this
is in my caravan.
So is this going to be run the same way as your home one, where it's DCC control of the track and not the locos? So I think it's the best way to describe it.
Ice caravan is in the Gaza Strip in case you hear an explosion. So yeah, I need to check why it doesn't work correctly with the audio.
So when can we expect the live stream
later
from?
Again to see what's going on. So yeah,
So
thank you, Flymo.
When's the live stream going to be?
The video from this from today.
Oh, there we are. There's High's channel there.
So I'm gonna continue working on that one and then post new ones. So
so what are you going to be running on it? What obviously it's all Engage, but what locos are you going to be running
Have
out.
a nice evening, all.
Okay, hi's gone. Bye, hi. Charlie's just found a small vice and he won't be asking Brian for help. I think that's very wise, Charlie. Right. Do you know what? I might call it an evening there as well because it's getting on. I need to pack up now and get home. So I'll lock up the museum. And it's actually nice to be out here this time of the evening, not locking up the museum in the dark. It's all well lit. If my phone had more charge in it, I would probably just take you and give you a little tour about. But if I unplug it, it will die. So anyway, next Thursday will be live stream from my layout. I'll have the unboxing of my Akira Scale 37, which I'm allowed to have next week because next Thursday is my birthday. So we'll unbox that, run it in and run it around the layout. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that because I've seen all the reviews of them and everything. They look fantastic. I haven't actually seen it yet. I've just seen the box, so I know it's in the house. So take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. And loads of videos on my channel, various different things to do with model railways and with the Donegal Railway Heritage Centre here. So I'll see you all next Thursday, hopefully, guys. Take care, everyone, and keep on modeling.